Okay, let's start. So, as we know, SAP is an ERP product and Abap is a technical module inside SAP. Okay, also Abap is a programming language used to develop objects inside SAP. Okay, so Abap is a programming language used to develop objects inside SAP. So, whatever the development activity we do inside SAP, it is carried out by Abap only. Okay, so Abap is a programming language used to develop objects inside SAP, and whatever the development activity we do inside SAP, it is carried out by Abap only. Now let's see what are the objects we develop as an Abap consultant. Okay, what are the objects we develop as an Abap consultant? So as an Abap consultant, whatever we develop, we call them as objects. Even though they are nothing but programs, we call them as objects. So as an Abap consultant, we are responsible for developing Ricef objects. So as an Abap consultant, we are responsible for developing Ricef objects. So what is Ricef means? R stands for reports, I stands for interfaces, C stands for conversions, E stands for enhancements, F stands for forms. So as an Abap consultant, we are responsible for the development of these objects: reports, interfaces, conversions, enhancements, and forms. Whatever we developed inside SAP, we call them as objects. They are nothing but programs, but we call them as objects. Okay, so let me show you a diagram. Okay, here you can see clearly these are the Ricep objects an Abap consultant develops inside SAP. Okay, so as an Abap consultant, we develop reports, interfaces, conversions, enhancements, and forms. So, what is report? I'm not talking about SAP. In a general way, what is report? So, a report is an organized form of data based on which we take business related decisions, right? That's the basic meaning of a report. So what is a report? It's an organized form of data based on which we take business related decisions. That is the meaning of report. I'll show you in a better way. Okay. So this is just a simple example of a report which we are going to develop in future in this course. So what is a report means? It's basically an Abap program. So I'll be writing an Abap program which will send a request, whether it can be a select query or it can be any other thing. So okay. So this program will make a request to the database. From that database, we'll retrieve some data. Okay, so what is database means? It's a place where data is stored in the form of rows and columns. Okay, so we'll write a program, we'll write an Abap program. So how do we write an Abap program? We don't know. At this stage we don't know. So just forget about this. So we'll write an Abap program. It will send a request to the database. We'll retrieve some data inside internal table. And what is this internal table? We currently don't know. So leave it. We'll retrieve data inside internal table, and then we'll process this data of the internal table and we show it in a structured format. So this is the basic report. Okay, so from this diagram you can see that uh, whatever we development activity we do it on application server, and the database is present on what, development server. Okay, and the next one is, so we have two types of reports, classical report and ALV report. Okay, so we'll be covering classical report in this course, because to get ALV report you need the knowledge of what OOPS, and it comes under cross applications. Once I finish this course, I will be starting OOPS Abap, and there we will see ALV using classes.